young girl, I used to love to spend time with my grandparents and talk about times when they were little children, what the world was like when they were younger, what was happening around them. What did you do before there was ever TV? How did you survive without TV? And yet, as we grow up and we move into the workplace, unfortunately, that fascination tends to wane a little bit. It becomes frustrating. Dare I even say there might be a little drama that enters the workplace from time to time. Well, I want to share with you today that it doesn't have to be drama. It can go back to being fascinating. It can go back to being exciting to see the differences, because we do have 4 generations in the workplace for the first time ever. That's exciting. Well, one lady in particular I want to talk about is my mother-in-law. And this is a picture of her at her high school graduation. When I first met her and I was dating my husband, I found in her pantry stacks of ice cream pails and Cool Whip containers and Chip Dip containers. Plastic to me. To her, it was very different. It was of great value, and I learned to love and appreciate that, because you see, what she put in those containers was far more important than what those containers were of themselves. She used those containers to share her love with other people. Now, boomers were dreamers. They're entrepreneurs. They wanted to live life and seek out adventure. Very important to this generation to speak up for those who can't speak up or won't speak up for themselves and what they believe in. It's about identifying who they are through their career, because careers are exciting adventures to the boomer generation. Gen X comes on the scene and says, I will give you 100%. I will be willing to work really hard for you. In fact, I want greater responsibility as I work for you, and I want you to give me greater responsibility, but my time is my time. And Gen X started to draw a line and say that family is really important. If you look closely at the picture, you will see all generations are represented in this group. So I had to serve with all 4 generations in a volunteer capacity as well. Challenging at times? Absolutely. Exciting? Yes, absolutely, because I chose to look at the differences that they bring. But it was all about being able to contribute to something that's bigger than what I am too. That's important to Generation X. They're known as the first digital natives, meaning they've never been in the world without some sort of technology. They are always connected. Even if they're not physically with somebody, they are always connected. This is a picture of my family at our annual cooking day. The goal when you're working with generations, and we have all generations represented at our annual cookie day, is to have everyone working together. Now, I don't know about you, but when I get my family together, it can get a little crazy and a little chaotic here, especially with a lot of women there. But when you know who they are and you know what they like to do, we have an assembly process, and over the years we figured out who's good at what part of this process. At the end of the day, and this is hours and hours of baking, we have all this beautiful baked goods that we can share, and it's an extension of our family to other families. It's the same in your workplace. If you figure out where people are good and how you tap into that, you can have beautiful results at the end